So thank you very much for your time. We are with Cyberludus to ask you some questions about Warlords of Draenor. So let's begin with the most obvious and the most important question. What's new in Warlords of Draenor?
Right. So the newest things are the setting. Players are going to be able to experience the world of Draenor as it was around the Warcraft 1 era. So they'll be able to experience these orc clans and these kind of major characters. Other than that, there's going to be the level 90 character boost, so if you buy the expansion, you'll be able to jump straight into it. So even if the last time you played was during Burning Crusade and your character was somewhere in the Blade's Edge Mountains, you'll be able to get right into the action at level 90. And then we also have new character models, so that all the character models from the original part of the game, the original races have been updated along with the Draenor to be much more high definition, higher polygon count. They look amazing. And then finally the garrisons, which is probably the single biggest new feature we've ever added to the game, where you get to create your own Warcraft base.
Let me ask you about the PvP feature of the game. We know you work hard to fix some issues related to the crowd control.
Right.
Can you tell us?
Yep. Yeah, so one of the things we were really feeling is that as character classes got more and more complex over time, they all kind of inherited more and more crowd control. They also inherited more and more ways to get out of crowd control. But really, overall, the game was feeling like there was too much crowd control happening, and you spent too little time in control of your character actually playing the game compared to being, stunned or calling war or fear or anything else. So that's something that we've really gone out of our way to progress, and I think the players will see that you'll spend a lot more time in control of your character, and the game in general is more understandable for people because you don't have to worry about 800 different kinds of crowd control and ways of getting out of it.
Okay, so you speak to us about the new character model of World of Warcraft. But how the new graphics will change the face of Azeroth?
Right. Well, they will literally change the face of Azeroth. Certainly, players have a very clear idea of what their character looks like, and we really are trying to do as much as we can to really capture that, but in higher definition. The characters are much more expressive now. When they emote, you can actually see them making expressions, and it gives them a lot of character and personality that wasn't there before. So I think that as players just kind of look at their character, whether it's on the character selection screen or they see some other character run around that looks really cool and kind of zoom in and look, you see so much more detail than you did before. It's really surprising. It's kind of funny how quickly you get used to it, and you start to think it always looked like that until you go back and look at their older character again, and it's like, whoa, it's such a big difference.
And what can you tell us about the new content for the end game?
Right. Yeah. So we have a ton of endgame content. We've got endgame content that's world content, dungeon content, raid content, PvP. And I can break that down some for you. For world content, we have a lot of different areas of the world that are reserved for max level. So those areas only have level 100 content, and every day you will get a choice of which area you want to go to. So you'll get presented with a couple different quests, a couple different options. They'll say, if you want to go to Talador and fight against the Burning Legion, or you want to go to Frostfire Ridge and fight against the Boulder Fist Ogres, or the Blood Maul Ogres. And so if you kind of pick which one you want to do, and sometimes some of them are kind of multiplayer oriented, like group oriented content, other ones are more solo oriented, so you get to make your pick. And that's essentially replacing the old daily quest model. Because when you go to that area, rather than having a whole bunch of daily quests that you do, you have one goal, which is you defeat the Legion forces in Shattrath, for example. And anything you do in that area will count toward you defeating the Legion forces in Shattrath. Whether it's killing bosses, killing random little enemies, or destroying objects of the Legion, or looting things, or whatever, all those contribute to your progress at defeating the Legion. So that's what we have for world content. For dungeons, we have 8 new dungeons that we're introducing. Well, that actually includes the revamped version of Upper Blackrock Spire. And then for raids, we have 2 different raids along with 3 separate world bosses. So 2 different raids. One of them has 7 bosses, another one has 10 bosses. A ton of content there. PvP, we have the Ashran Zone, where players are going to be able to go, and it's like somewhere to kind of spend your time while you're in between other PvP activities. So far, it's been a lot of fun on the beta because you just kind of run around, and there's a lot of world PvP just spontaneously happening because we just make it worthwhile for players to go there to kind of farm for stuff and then kill the players to take the things they were farming for.
So one last question. Will Warlords of Draenor will be the last expansion of World of Warcraft?
Well, I sure hope not. I don't think so. Certainly because we're already in progress working on another expansion that will come out after Warlords. So I think that's unlikely. And it's very difficult to predict how many more expansions there might be. It could be 1 more expansion after Warlords. It could be 5 more. It could be 10 more. Really hard to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for your time.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, thank you.